Visit us at Eduvvo. Thank you for calling Eduvvo.
In addition to the font and text properties we covered, CSS has properties specific to HTML lists that allow us to define the display of list markers for ordered and unordered lists. In this video, we'll cover the different ways list properties can be used to control the appearance of our lists. Let's get started. Unordered and ordered lists display certain browser styles by default. Unordered lists typically display a bullet or solid dot, and ordered lists usually display a number. We can specify several different markers, however, by using the list style type property. With list style type, any list value can be added to either an ordered or unordered list. It can accept values ranging from disk, circle, or square to other values like Lower Roman, Lower Greek, even Armenian. In our style sheet, let's try a list style type value of square for our unordered list. We'll refresh the page, and there we see the new square marker for the unordered list. Now let's go ahead and change the ordered list marker to decimal leading 0. We'll refresh, and we see how the value adds a 0 before each number. With list style position, we can set whether we want the list marker to appear inside or outside a list item. Outside is the default value. The markers sit to the left of the text and they appear outside the content flow, and inside places the markers inside the content flow. In the style sheet, I'll go ahead and add a border to all list items so we can see exactly how this works. So notice how the list markers are currently outside of the borders or content flow. Back in our style sheet, in our rule for both lists, I'll add the list style position property with a value of inside. When we refresh, notice how the markers are now inside the content flow of the list. By default, lists are indented into the page. IE controls list indentation using left margins, while Firefox, Safari, and Chrome use left padding. With the list style image property, we can use an image as a marker in place of a bullet. In the unordered list rule, we'll go ahead and add a custom marker image using the list style image property, followed by the URL value, where we'll add the image we want to use. When we refresh, we can see how the markers are now set to the custom image. List style image doesn't exactly give us much control over the position of the image. As you can see here, it's a little off. A more common approach is turning all the bullets off with a list style type value of none, then adding the custom marker as a background image to the list item. So I'll go ahead and remove this list style image property. And below, I'll add a new rule by selecting all the list items in the unordered list. Then we'll add the background property with the URL value for the image. We'll discuss background image properties thoroughly in an upcoming video. For now, you just need to know that no repeat will not repeat or tile the image in the background. And the other values here just means that we're positioning the image 2 pixels from the top of the list item and 0 pixels from the left. We'll also need to add some padding to the left side of the list item to make room for the background image. So we'll apply a padding left property with a value of 35 pixels. When we refresh the page, there we see our custom list markers as background images. By doing it this way, we can accurately control the alignment of the marker image. Now we just need to add margins to increase the vertical gaps between the list items. So I'll apply a margin bottom property with a value of 1.2 em, which as you can see looks much nicer in the browser. Finally, list style is the shorthand property that defines all the list properties in one declaration. The shorthand property accepts 1, 2, or all 3 of the keywords for list style type, list style position, or list style image in any order. So it doesn't really matter if one or two of the values are missing. So in our ordered list, we'll add the list style value, followed by the values for list style type and list style position. We can also go ahead and remove the list style type property because it's now specified in the shorthand property. In upcoming videos, we'll dive a little deeper and explore advanced font and text properties, along with powerful CSS techniques we can use to create navigation menus from HTML lists.